Wait, just to be sure. Okay, we're good. So, hey guys, and today I'm gonna be watching the death battle between Ruby Rose from RWBY and Maka ALBARN from Soul Eater. So basically, this is episode 200. Congratulations, Death Battle, you made it. What way to celebrate with this matchup? So, in terms of who I think is going to win, I'm kind of leaning towards Maka because I feel like they should be equal in like skill and like aerial ability, with like some high-end speed feats like that range from like relativistic to faster than light reactions. RWBY should scale to like Penny Polendina dodging light, and then the light catching feats that Black Star has, and Maka should basically scale to that. And then RWBY's like city level with like scaling to like a Nevermore, blowing off like mountaintops, and like there's like storm creating feats in RWBY. And then Maka scaling literally has like Lady Arachne blowing up a small island, and like the feat of like Krona opening the moon's teeth, which like that is literally like country level. And I honestly think RWBY's Silver Eyes would not be able to affect Maka's Black Blood. Meanwhile, Maka's Soul like wavelength manipulating abilities would just cancel RWBY's aura, which would like remove RWBY's defenses, and it would just leave her open. And like the fact that RWBY's Silver Eyes would not even affect Maka's Black Blood is mostly due to the fact that like Maka isn't a Grim, and the Silver Eyes would have no effect on like humans like Maka, or even like other sentient beings. So basically it wouldn't even affect Soul. So yeah, RWBY, I could give her the range advantage, but I don't really see her having any other advantage in this fight, in which Maka would literally have a vast majority of them. And this would have like spoilers for volume spoilers for RWBY, even though like Death Battle, like Rooster Teeth shut down like last year, so I don't think we should worry about that. So we'll see the analysis, and then we'll see if it'll change my mind, which I highly doubt it.
Ruby Rose versus Maka ALBARN.
The battle of spunky teens with oversized gardening tools. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
I remember when Mama Boomstick read me bedtime fairy tales. Stories of heroes and warnings about eating those little berries and
I love those
quicksand.
stories.
So much quicksand.
Yet in the world of Remnant, fairy tales are real. Here, Huntresses do battle with monstrous Grim, and there was nothing more exciting than that to Ruby Rose.
Daughter to the world-renowned Huntress, Summer, who disappeared. Little Red really wanted nothing more than to be a Huntress.
Her dedication paid off. Admitted into Beacon Academy 2 years ahead, a premier school for huntsmen and huntresses, RWBY clearly showed prodigious talent.
Not just that, she's got the weapon geek gene just like yours truly. RWBY doesn't leave home without her trusty Crescent Rose. It may look like a high-tech scythe, and it is, but it's also a gun. RWBY made Crescent Rose herself. It's like a dance between Grim Reaper's Choice and a bolt-action sniper rifle.
A dance is fitting, as huntsmen are locked in a never-ending waltz in their battle with the Grim.
Crescent Rose can switch between sniper and scythe at the press of a button. RWBY's an old hand at flinging and moving it exactly how she wants, despite it being, like, bigger than she is. How does she do it with those noodle arms? The girl can't even throw a punch.
Well, she might not need to, given the strength of her aura.
Yeah,
all living
aura.
beings in Remnant have an aura, except dark creatures like Grimm, though not
Right.
all of them can utilize it in combat without extensive training. See, aura forms a barrier that blocks fatal blows and even heals wounds.
It can make weapons stronger too. When Ruby slaps
Yeah,
a
healing
cartridge of
wounds, that
dust
would
into
come in
Crescent
handy.
Rose, her aura lights up nature's wrath in man's hand.
Dramatic, but accurate. This
Yeah.
dust represents the base elements of the world. Fire, electricity, ice, wind, anti-gravity. Does that last one count?
Roll up cool,
enhanced
Wiz.
physique,
She's
enhanced
got the
healing,
eyes of a
enhanced
hawk,
senses,
and when she
forces,
shoots you with
and
dust,
weaponry.
a bullet wounds the
Yeah,
last
her
thing you'll be
semblance is
worried
petal
about.
burst,
With
which
enough
is
of a
speed,
boost, ice dust can freeze over whole
intangibility,
mechs, and she can power up her kicks
fake
to
eyes,
crater
yeah,
military-grade steel.
A person's aura
Level
may be
17.
limited, but Ruby can keep track of hers with this handy health bar on her not smartphone.
Ruby blasted through Huntress classes with flying colors. Almost right away, she was appointed the leader of her own group, with Weiss Schnee, Flake Belladonna, and Big Sis Yang Xiao Long. Oh,
Team
I get
RWBY.
it. Team RWBY.
Yeah,
But Ruby's
pretty
hope for
much
many
their
years of
first
learning with her
name
friends would be
literally
dashed
spell out
as
Ruby.
evil machinations
The
spread
first
like
letter of their name.
wildfire. And with a flash of silver light, Beacon had fallen.
Ruby's friends? Dead. Her school? Totally wrecked. Her sister? Disarmed. All because of a lover's spat that went way too far.
Salem saw the world divided,
is her name.
and it was time to say goodbye to any happily ever after.
But Ruby wouldn't give up like that, so she set off to change the world.
Even as Crescent Rose began to feel heavier and heavier. Could she really save the world like her fairy tale heroes? All she did is what she's always done and never stopped moving forward.
Because Crescent Rose wasn't the only thing she needed. She had to improve her semblance too.
Right.
Pretty much.
While aura
Training
is essentially the
montage,
manifestation
everybody.
of one's soul, the semblance is an expression of their personality.
Basically, it's a superpower farmed by aura. And Ruby's got super speed. Or a teleport.
This is a good refresher
Or-
for Ruby.
What is she
because
doing
it's been a while
exactly?
since we saw
Close.
Ruby in
This is
the
Petal
Ruby series
Burst,
and
a
things.
mixture of speed,
About-
teleportation, and intangibility. Ruby can rocket from one point to another
Basically,
in
that's what it is.
milliseconds.
By
Teleporting.
literally bursting
speed,
into petals.
and
Sort
molecular
of. According to
intangibility.
Best Robo Girl Penny, Ruby's semblance is extremely complex and variable. It involves
Yeah, she's
breaking
the
her
girl
body
I
down
was
to its
talking about
molecular components before
at the beginning
zooming
of
off
the
in
video.
complex paths, negating the laws of mass entirely.
AKA Super Speed Plus. And Nora's best girl. Ruby's petal burst
Nora's
is so
best
quick
girl.
she can make
You
flying
have to
missiles
bring that
look
up.
completely
Big hammer.
still. Good luck tagging her with a bullet or a breadstick.
She is certainly
Red
quick
stick.
enough to give Emerald
Yummy.
and Mercury a hard time, and they've dodged actual lightning.
She's faster than
That's
Blake,
fast,
who could keep up
lightning
with the
dodging
most
feat.
cringe faunus of
There's also
all,
light dodging
Adam
feats as well,
Taurus.
dude.
Well, he did draw his sword fast enough to parry an actual particle beam. In real life, such a beam is created by accelerating charged particles
Yeah,
to just
literally,
under light speed.
So,
Adam also did
that's
that as well.
impressive.
With such a powerful ability, Ruby could safely shine her smile for years, even as she carried the fate of Remnant across the world. To her friends, she was a beacon of hope.
Well, yeah, because she's got one more superpower. Her silver
Her silver
eyes.
eyes.
Just like her mom, Ruby inherited them from the god of light as a
Yeah.
weapon against negative
Remote
anti-life
collision.
energy, like the evil goop Grimm spawned from. Just a wink and blam!
They can counter
Sayonara,
Grimm's powers
dragon of
with
darkness.
light.
But Ruby's skills
shown in
didn't
her
falter after her
battle with
time at
Acme, which
Beacon.
Ruby
As
still
she
rides
journeyed
with.
across
Acme
Remnant,
did that.
she leveled up to compete with all sorts of powerful magic and mechanized foes. Her team could even match the Ace Ops, an elite squad of longtime professional huntsmen.
Including Harriet, whose super speed semblance was totally outclassed by Petal Burst, and Vine, whose
Oh,
aura
she
was
beat
strong
a
enough
guy
to contain a
whose
bomb that was
powers
about to
was
decimate the
literal
whole
speed.
city of Mantle.
Damn.
Man, these are some pretty powerful auras.
Though it's important
Yeah,
to
they are
remember,
pretty powerful.
Ruby is only 17 years old.
Yeah, she's only
the weight
17,
of
dude.
being a leader, a savior, and a huntress like her mother would get heavier and heavier and
Yeah,
heavier.
she's still a teenager
Yeah, she
after
got
all.
over it. Look at her go!
Taking Crescent Rose firmly in hand and sending a message of unity to the rest of the world. Ruby had finally left the fairy tale behind, taking one more step toward the day we've waited for.
Yeah. Good job. Alright, Maka.
Today's battle is sponsored by Prize Picks.
Oh yeah.
We all make decisions every
watch the
day,
original video
but on
first and
Prize
then watch
Picks,
my reaction.
making the right choice can get
You should
you
always
paid.
support your family
And hey,
people.
football season is just kicking off right now, so it's but Alan.
Save you from some. Be right.
Alright. Maka's
A sound soul dwells within a sound mind and a sound body.
But all the unjust evil souls of this world are on the Disney fast pass to becoming a Kishin.
Destructive gods mutated from good-natured souls. A Kishin could plunge the world into chaos and madness. If only someone could stop them.
Bing bong, it's the DWMA. Welcome to Death Weapon Meister Academy, where death rules. Literally, his name is Death.
Here, Lord Death tasks humans to become spiritually talented meisters of demon weapons.
AKA people who are also a weapon. No, really, they transform into weapons. Guns, ninja stars, hammers, you name it. A Meister weapon pair kills and consumes lost souls to keep the Kishin away. Jack the Ripper? More like Jack the Fraud.
And so the demon weapon Soul was paired with the dutiful rising star, Maka ALBARN.
Talk about your classic teacher's pet. The kind of girl who leaves an apple on the desk and goes, "Teacher, you forgot to give us homework," and then we jump them.
As if Soul's any better. A weapon who's too concerned with being cool to do any real work.
Hey, Soul's not just any demon weapon. He's a Scythe. And he's got his sights on upgrading to the highest level of Death Scythe.
Which would be a high honor. And lucky for Soul, Maka always aims high.
With that common goal, Maka and Soul formed the Dream Team. All they needed was 99 Kishin eggs and the soul of a witch. Easy, right?
Maybe, since Maka is extraordinarily perceptive at spotting and examining souls. She can detect spiritual presences from millions of yards away and can discern its nature, stability, and emotions.
Time for class then. The two trained hard, but their styles kinda weird. Okay, so Maka guides Soul in the direction she wants to go, but Soul, the Scythe, does all the actual movements himself. Maka's the Meister, Soul's the weapon.
Like conductor and instrumentalist, a Meister weapon pair cannot work in harmony without total cooperation.
Too bad their teamwork sucked. They fumbled the easiest chance for Death Scythe status. F-.
Maka just could not get in tune with Soul's wavelength. She was skilled, sure, more skilled than most.
Keyword most. There were plenty of rivals showing her up, like Blackstar and Tsubaki.
Really puts a damper on the straight A's when this show-off is doing better than you.
It was up to Maka and Soul to improve their teamwork through soul resonance.
What I said about wavelength wasn't metaphorical. Rather, wavelengths are the means with which Meister and weapon draw strength through each other. Think of two wavelengths as different emotional amplitudes that must merge at one alignment.
If the Meister's the guitar and the weapon's the amp, then they create a feedback loop to increase its frequency. That's soul resonance.
Soul resonance creates a telepathic link and surges their strength and speed.
And preps them for cool sight moves like the Witch Hunt Slash, a big energy strike that puts the L in evil.
As the name implies, it works especially well against witches and other evil creatures. It's not exclusive or anything.
It's actually really deadly against evil because of Maka's rare anti-demon wavelengths. Basically, being a goody little two-shoes gets her the power of purity or whatever.
Maka and Soul were becoming a synchronized unit, though one would sometimes need to rein in the other's idiotic habits.
And the other guys gotta stop their annoying overthinking, Wiz.
But everything changed after a unique encounter with Krona, which nearly killed Soul.
Now Soul had an ogre pal in his head, waiting for him to swing on over and play the piano. Yep, Soul got infected with black blood.
Black blood was specially brewed as a weaponizable blood. It hardens and strengthens its user's body inside and out, increasing their physical ability. They can even block blades with their bare skin.
Too bad it comes with a little side effect of madness with a capital M.
A force of fear and sadness all living things possess, which threatens to ruin the world.
So it was kind of a big deal that Maka was bummed by how she got sold in a jam. But thanks to Soul, she got over it and even welcomed in their new little ogre buddy.
Now when Soul plays his grand piano, their soul resonance sings even louder through the black blood.
Giving Maka all the perks of black blood too, even the crazy parts. Bet you didn't expect that, Crota.
But evil saw their plans through. The Kishin Asura had arrived. Madness was spreading everywhere.
So Maka and Soul had to lock in and upgrade their witch hunt to the even stronger demon hunt slash. They went on even more missions to reach souls with classmates like Blackstar, and that guy outran his own shadow.
Perhaps the most obvious evidence ever of faster than light speeds, and Maka could finally keep up with him.
Hear that with her fight with the demon tool Gopher, who could obliterate whole mountains, and you've got one hell of an ass kicker.
And yet, Maka's relationship with Soul still faltered. Soul was the real star here. Even other Meisters were trying to take him as a weapon, away from Maka.
I mean, he literally moves himself, so Maka couldn't help but wonder if she was holding him back all along.
But Soul said the truth. In all of their missions, their teamwork was the key to their victory. An orchestral performance is only as good as the one conducting. And so, their wavelengths played in harmony, and Maka donned a dress of black blood.
It's an armor literally made of blood, and it lets Maka fly around and shoot out her soul as an epic sound wave. So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe! The dream's here, baby!
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself.
And they finally achieved as an epic sound wave! So freaking metal!
At the same time, Soul discovered he could hack souls and directly transmit Maka's anti-demon wavelengths, basically shutting their enemy completely down through Soul Adagio.
And they finally achieved Death Scythe! The dream's here, baby!
So when Krona's own black blood reached its final stage, Maka and Soul flew to the moon. A moon small and unassuming, but so dense it has the same mass as the planet itself. The very world's sanity was at stake.
Krona might have gone insane, but Maka still reached out to their new friend Soul, until the Kishin showed up to ruin everything. Come on, Asura, they're having a moment here. Timing, bro.
In what would be Maka's final exam, Maka, Soul, and all of their friends faced off against the Kishin.
And she passed! A+! Maka pulled her weight and perfected her teamwork with Soul. Their wavelengths were pitch perfect.
Asura did everything he could to separate them, crater them into the moon, punch holes in Maka's chest, tamper their souls with madness, and each time they successfully realigned their wavelengths.
Until they kicked his ass with one final upgrade, the Kishin Hunt Slash. Maka Chop! Now that's what I call absolute cinema!
Because a sound soul dwells within a sound mind and body. So should you feel overwhelmed by evil's roars, just write 42 42 564 whenever you want to knock on death's door.
Nice.
Congratulations to us!
Yeah, this is
Wiz, your ego is showing.
It always is. And why not? This death battle is episode 200.
Well, yeah, it's a big deal, so we've got a big discount on our website to celebrate.
That's www.deathbattle.gg.
Website members already get awesome deals like exclusive Death Battle merch, the whole episode archive, including episodes not on YouTube, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes goodies. And if you sign up today, you can use our code DB200 to get 20% off.
You can only grab this discount in the next 2 weeks, so use code DB200 to get 20% off your website membership as soon as you can.
Where else are you gonna find such absolute cinema? No, really, we made an absolute cinema desk mat that's on the store. Cool as fuck.
And then, yeah, Soul.
All right, the combatants are set, and we've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a Scythe battle!
Yeah, Soul can hack souls. Well, he could possibly hack Ruby's soul.
Okay, it's official. This is so not cool.
Oh,
come on, Soul. Our target should be here, so try helping out.
There's Maka.
Hi! Who are you looking for?
For Ruby. She's gonna look over.
Little Red Riding Hood, your humanity has strayed from its just path, and the Shinigami has called for you. Your boyfriend turns into a scythe. Oh, that's so cool!
Oh.
Your soul is ours!
He thinks Soul is a good fight. Wow. But this is battle.
I like my soul, thanks!
Yeah, it's a fun battle.
Well, my Red, your moves are sick, but too slow for my Meister.
You haven't seen anything yet! Focus. She's quick, but we can handle it.
Let's go, Soul Resonance!
Oh, the flash. I just hope this death will be too little. I don't want him to die. Oh, Ouch.
Hitting
Ouch.
me! What?
No. Boom. Pedal
Get
boost.
back here!
Yeah, boom that.
Soul, hurry!
This is gonna happen. Ow. Ooh, good form.
Interesting. Her soul forms a barrier. Try helping out.
Relax.
Oh, protecting the aura. Oh, the piano causing good the piano when he likes trying to protect things in the future. Aura. Oh, without you.
Sorry, but I'll never stop fighting. I'm
Never
Ruby
give up.
Rose, and I am a Huntress!
So, Adagio!
It's all about you, Captain. Oh, that leaves her wide open.
Ruby!
Silver eyes. Okay, now they're gonna fight.
The wavelengths! Damn it, she's... Stay strong, Maka! You
It's
got
on
this!
Maka. Oh, they got her.
A simple, honest soul. Ruby Rose, huh?
Sorry, Ruby. Let's see this
Rest in
explanation.
peace, Ruby.
I expected
but
it.
hey, it's not often you get to see scythe-on-scythe action like that.
Yeah.
Let's break this
not
down
often.
with the 4 categories that best represent this matchup.
Alright.
First, strength.
Or a supercharged Ruby's strength way higher than you'd think, like kicking this Grim through steel.
Yeah, there's
but
a lot.
Maka's soul resonance
Ma-
could
yeah,
match
it's
Gopher,
more-
who destroyed mountains.
Now,
Yeah, that's
Team
not
RWBY
close.
did defeat Vine, whose aura contained a bomb that could have wiped out a city.
Adding up their flight speed and how far Harriet said they'd have to fly to avoid the blast, that's a 366 kiloton bomb.
It's possible RWBY's own aura possesses a similar level of, say, energy strength, though her semblance obviously can't replicate what Vine did.
Yeah,
no.
Black Blood Maka got blasted by Asura into the moon. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
yeah,
small, but
that's
its
gonna be
mass is
more.
the same as Earth's, right?
Putting Asura's strikes at 2 quadrillion tons of
quadrillion
TNT,
tons,
over
that's not even
5
close.
billion times higher than Vine.
So,
Yeah,
Maka
takes
takes
that so
strength,
hard.
but speed wasn't as clear cut.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Ruby's a fast little gal. Maka kept up with Blackstar, faster than
There
Shadows
was,
and
like,
whatnot.
lightning
But as they
and
improved their skills,
like,
Ruby and her
speed
friends
from
could
Ruby.
outspeed Adam.
Who blocked
There
the
was
particle
like
beam.
speed,
Though
like
given the
speed,
distance and time to react,
later.
Adam moved about 42% the speed of
42%.
light. Not quite faster than your own shadow territory.
that's-
Still,
no,
Ruby's pedal burst has
Maka
become
still plays
far
faster.
faster than this over time, and clearly gives more than a 2-time speed increase on top of that 42%, making her well past light speed.
Definitely enough to take on
At least,
Harriet,
like,
who was all about speed. Angry speed.
This isn't to
much.
say Maka couldn't keep up thanks to soul resonance, but pedal burst makes this comparison close enough to call it a tie.
Oh, yeah,
and their
it's
speed
debatable.
would be key to winning in skill.
Come on, Wiz. Call it what it really is. It's scythery.
That's not a word.
That's not
Maka's
a fucking
scythery was
word,
pretty
either.
good, but Soul does all the movement for her. As a Meister, she was mostly a guide.
It's easy to assume that Ruby's scythery was superior.
But-
She's
yeah,
entirely
yeah, no,
self-sufficient
it was.
at dancing with her weapon.
Soul's own control is still a factor here, but it doesn't change that Ruby's been swinging that
Yeah,
thing
Ruby's been
for way
swinging that
longer
for
than
way
Maka.
longer.
Ruby's got scythery in the bag.
Perhaps this edge would be enough for Ruby to avoid Maka's far greater strength if she had the better powers.
Which she
So,
didn't.
Aura's really cool. Barriers, healing, superpowers, and
Yeah,
so on.
barriers, healing,
But it's got
superpowers, yeah.
one big weakness.
It is
Yeah.
a finite resource that is required for all of Ruby's powers.
It's
Pedal
a life
burst,
force,
activating
literally.
dust, even powering up Crescent Rose takes juice and some aura. Once
much.
it's gone, Ruby's totally vulnerable.
Yeah.
And there's a
she would be
second key
screwed at
factor
that
regarding
point.
aura. It is specifically a manifestation of Ruby's soul.
Yeah.
And Maka's powers are all about taking
They're
on
all about
souls.
souls.
Maka had lots of ways to break through Ruby's aura, like Soul Adagio.
Soul Adagio,
And since
just
Maka is exceptionally
leave
gifted at
Ruby
examining souls, she could definitely figure out how aura works.
Yeah.
But plot twist, what about Ruby's silver eyes?
She's not a
her
fucking
anti-grim
Grim.
eye beams. Turns out they were actually her best secret weapon.
The negative power of Grim is quite similar to Madness wavelengths, which power
Very.
Black Blood. Since anti-demon wavelengths can cancel out black blood, the silver eyes should achieve a similar effect.
But Maka and Soul's whole story is about reaching that perfect soul resonance. Asura tried every way in the book and more to separate their wavelengths and failed. And we already talked about how much stronger he is than Ruby. Maka takes powers, because when she rose to the occasion, Ruby didn't stand a semblance of a chance and bit the dust.
The winners are Maka ALBARN and Soul Evans.
Wait, his name is Soul Evans? Next time on Death Battle.
Yeah, that's his name. And this is Blade versus Buffy. Oh, that's gonna be interesting. Oh, that's gonna be...
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Wait, that's gonna be the live action one? Wow. That's the one that Ismahawk's gonna do. But yeah, I figured that Ruby wasn't gonna win, so... Oh well. But I'm glad they did get the voice actor for her. But the next one, Blade versus Buffy, I'm kind of unsure who's going to win that one. I know Blade because Blade, there's the Blade movie series that Wesley Snipes is in, and then there's the Buffy the Vampire Slayer series that Sarah Michelle Gellar starred as Buffy. So, yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Yeah, the reason why I couldn't react to this right away, because, like, I was sick for, like, over a week. And, yeah, like, because I was coughing so much, it would have just prevented me from, like, actually saying stuff without... Yeah, like, if I coughed, like, no one would be able to understand me, so... Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And I'll see y'all in the next video.